Ishabon Gun in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about something special. Of course, when you've got Gabriel Martinelli as one of the first images that I would want to talk about in this episode, I am really stoked. And I'll be more stoked and super happy if I see him play tonight against Slavia Prague. The first leg of the Europa League is going to hit us tonight. There is a watch along, of course. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Paris Saint-Germain Bayern Munich match. It was an awesome contest. Most importantly, I loved the um, 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 if you have loved the commentary, I loved doing it for you guys yesterday. So likewise, we're gonna have a watch along tonight for Arsenal versus Slavia Prague, the first leg of the Europa League. So ladies and gentlemen, let's just jump into and delve into the first news that we got here is about Gabriel Martinelli. He posted this image of himself on Twitter and his social media with the caption, as he's laughing, that's the emoji that he used. Also, there's another one who actually used the same emoji and with a heart emoji and tagged at the Europa League is none other than Miguel Aziz, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he's back in training with the first team, and yes, he's training well with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It's a competition of who has the longest hair, who looks more like Travis Scott. Yeah, whatever. Moving on, so talking about other training images, you could see Mo Elneny alongside Frank Deuce Moller, I guess that is. You could see that both of these guys actually vying for the ball. And there's Vamos Gunners alongside the other players as well. Moving on, so there's Mo Elneny, Alex Lacazette and Granit Xhaka. I hope that is Granit Xhaka, and they are all having a chat as to what exactly the positioning sense. I don't know what's wrong, but yeah, that's what they're talking about. And then there is Nico Pepe, the Europa League master for Arsenal. There is Reece Nelson, Gabriel Martinelli, and of course Bukayo Saka talking to each other. There's Gabriel Magalhaes in the background. I just thought, I'm not thinking, I'm very much sure it's him. So, well, that's the training images alongside Thomas Partey with Mikel Arteta. One of the biggest, again, as I said, the biggest game of the season last time around was the Olympiacos tie, but no, it's the more difficult one is the one that we have tonight, because as we go through the next rounds, well, the Europa League competition is the priority to fulfill any hopes of claiming that this season is actually being successful. Moving on, so we got Gabriel Magalhaes alongside Eddie Nketiah. The Granit Xhaka is back after his illness. We missed him a lot against Liverpool, and I hope he starts tonight. That's what my talk is all about. So we're going to do the preview of Arsenal versus Slavia first leg, and do join in if you want to be a part of it. Consider subscribing as well. And Hector Bellerin. Let's talk about Hector Bellerin, because there's the news that something people won't like about it if you're a Hector Bellerin fan, because Arteta was asked on why Bellerin has been dropped recently. He says it's because of the decisions that we've made. He's played a lot this season than he has done in the last 2 seasons. That's for sure. Sometimes we have to rest him. Sometimes we want to give chances as well to Cedric and to Callum. And on Arteta was asked about what happened, why there are no clean sheets in 12 games in a row. He says it's time to be much more stable. We cannot concede the amount of goals that we did certainly in the last 2 games. It's something that's not been a trend for us, and we have to get that better at that. And we are trying to resolve that. We're still trying. I don't know when that trying will end. But let's talk about Hector Bellerin leaving Arsenal. As we all came to know that there's a tweet from Fabrizio Romano talking about that Hector Bellerin might be leaving Arsenal, and Arsenal looking to sell him, and of course, so some of the Arsenal fans have actually reacted to that tweet. So someone said, music to my ears, cheers Fab. Another one said, very good, hope we get some money, he is hardly able to run these days. Another one said, good luck to him, lost his pace after ACL, feel sad for him. Another one said, as long as we get Achraf Hakimi or Max Aarons, I don't mind. Another one said, my lord, just do it. Another one said, Bellerin for Hakimi, straight swap. Straight swap. Really? No, really, straight swap. Is this even real? But anyways, okay. You know what? I ain't talking much about it. So also, as we know that the mention of Hector Bellerin to be sold off, it looks like Arsenal have actually planned where exactly they'll spend the money once they actually obtain by selling Hector Bellerin, because According to Calcio Mercato via the Sport Witness, the Italian giants Juventus are interested in signing Hector Bellerin this summer, and it looks like what are the plans? I mean, Arsenal would want 25 million euros for the Barcelona academy product, and the money could be used to fund Arteta's dream summer. Now, that could be one of the three signings, or yeah, that could be one of the three important players that Mikel Arteta is actually eyeing. Number one on that list is Martin Odegaard. He has been linked with the permanent switch to the Gunners, but his contract does not have an option to buy, as we all know about it. Also, Brighton midfielder Yves Bissouma. Yes, Yves Bissouma has also been the centre of speculation ahead of this summer, with a close friend of the 24-year-olds telling Football.London that he would choose Arsenal over any other Premier League club. Would you believe that? I won't. And also, Norwich star Emi Buendia was on Arsenal's shortlist of potential creative midfielder signings back in December, and they could still return for him in the summer transfer window. Now, this all depends on if Arsenal get £20 million or 25 million euros by the sale of Hector Bellerin. If that's a possibility, I'm sure a lot is possible for Arsenal. Moving on, so it looks like Paul Merson believes Arsenal's demoralising Premier League defeat to Liverpool showed the importance of Granit Xhaka, Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe to the Gunners. Now, he says that what I watched against Liverpool the other day was as bad as I have ever seen. I can't remember Arsenal ever being like that. People will say about the times under Unai Emery and at the end of the Arsene Wenger's reign, but I never saw anything like that. All I saw was rolling the ball back to the goalkeeper and he just lumped it down the field. I know we go on about Arsenal and sometimes they play out too much from the back and they get robbed, and we've seen it against Liverpool umpteen times over the years. Liverpool nick the ball and they go and score, but the other day I've never seen anything like it from an Arsenal. The defeat just goes to show how good Granit Xhaka is. He became a better player not playing against Liverpool. People say to me that they don't know what Xhaka does. He doesn't score goals, he doesn't make goals and gets booked and all that. But give him his due. What was glaring to see in Arsenal's defeat is that he wants the ball. He looks for the ball. In times of trouble, he will always try and get on the ball, and that's what they didn't have. No one was showing for the ball in the end. The goalkeeper was just booting the ball. Honestly, it was mind-blowing. Mind-numbing, Paul Merson. Mind-blowing is actually a much more easier, or rather, satisfying word. And talking about satisfactions, I don't know about you guys, but according to Marca, Arsenal are actually watching Sevilla midfielder John Jordan closely. Arteta is a big fan of the player. So John Jordan, once linked with Arsenal, is again strongly linked with Arsenal, and it looks like there's a strong possibility that Arsenal might get him. So Arteta opened up about Willian. He says, I think we can reach a higher performance level because his potential is so big. It's true that in recent weeks we've seen a much better version of him, and his contribution when he's playing has been really positive. I hope it stays that way. That's the whole thing. But moving on, so talking about the transfer exclusive, Arsenal and Tottenham are plotting summer swoop for Felipe Coutinho. Arsenal and Tottenham are reportedly interested in signing Felipe Coutinho, who's valued at around 35 million euros by Barcelona. According to a report by Transfer Market Web, Felipe Coutinho appears set to leave Barcelona in the summer transfer window, and a return to the Premier League could be likely, with Arsenal and Tottenham weighing in. So, after a horrendous 2018-2019 season, he was hauled off on loan to Bayern Munich, where he put in a decent shift before returning to Barcelona. While Coutinho has been unable to make a case for himself due to a long-term knee injury, he actually played just 792 minutes, and the 28-year-old could leave Barcelona. Is on the radar of Arsenal and Tottenham. Let's see. I mean, we all have already spoken about Coutinho a lot, and it does not even make sure, because it does appear that like Barcelona are set to cash in on Coutinho, who will in turn embark on a new adventure in the summer transfer window, available for around 35 million euros. Coutinho will not make a huge hole in either Arsenal or Tottenham's pocket either. It's the wages that might hurt, but still, that is also a big question. The big question is Felipe Coutinho the right man? Because Arsenal are looking all out for Martin Odegaard. Spurs, however, they are keen to sign Coutinho. That might not be unfounded, with Dele Alli continuing to face an uncertain future with Jose Mourinho in the squad. If the Englishman ends up leaving, a space will be opened up, and then the Barcelona playmaker might come to Tottenham. That's the only way that Tottenham can get it. But Arsenal's interest in Coutinho has been known for like what, 2 seasons now, like 1.5, like 3 windows now, as I have covered it. Right, so with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal news, this is the best place to be. Consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. And of course, there's a watch along for the Arsenal versus Slavia Prague first leg game. 10 minutes prior to the kickoff time. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.